Right guys, welcome back to Chops Garage. Today we've got a lot on. We've got to go and pick up 4 cars from the main dealers. Adrian and I are going to pick them up. We're going to get them all back here and we're going to have a look at what we've got and whether any of it's any good or not, including the 2 BMWs. So Adrian's here with the first one from the main dealer lot, the little Fiat 500, which to be honest, I forgot I had that one as well. This should be a good little seller. Yeah, little 2013 Fiat 500 1.2 Lounge. This is the spec you want, guys, if you're going to get these. But look at the interior. I remember now, the interior is mint. Normally you have to do hell of a wet clean on these, but the interior on this one is in really good nick. 46,000 miles, so low miles too. Should be a good little seller, this, and it's had the cam belt done less than a year ago. Well, I popped down the main dealer's part exchange yard to get the BMWs, Fiat 500 and my Hyundai, and I've ended up coming home with this. Nick, the manager there, said he needed a shot of it. It was in the corner. Did I want it? And he offered it me at such a daft cheap price. I thought, well, may as well. So guys, I'm in the 1 Series, which I have to say I've started this car 3 times now from stone cold and not heard any chain noises at all on it. Seems to be humming along quite nicely, so we'll see how we get on driving this back to the unit. Adrian's in front uploading the Hyundai, then we're coming back for the BMW 3 Series estate, but we're also coming back for another car that I bought that will feature on a separate video. That is probably, quite possibly, I know I always say this on every video, one of the worst purchases I've ever made. If you think that these BMWs were a gamble, you want to see the car that I've just given him, just agreed to buy from Nick. Oh, God. I'm in for such a slating on the channel, I really am. When you see this one, it'll be in a separate video, so if you aren't subscribed, you're going to want to hit the subscribe button, because you're going to want to see this purchase. It is cost me not a lot of money, and it's a lot of car, but there's a reason you get a lot of car for not a lot of money, which you'll see later on. So anyway, we'll see how we get on with this 1 Series. This 1 Series I'm thinking of just trading straight out. Done 126,000 miles. It's yeah, 126,000 miles. How many owners has it had? It's had 4 owners. Anyway, we'll see how it drives back, and then we've still got to drive the Hyundai. I haven't driven the Hyundai yet. Adrian tells me that the clutch is good on it, but this diesel's sitting here really nice idle, really sweetly. It sounds sweet, so we'll see how we get on. So we're heading out of town now. Like I said, the only warning light we've got on there is for the ABS sensor. We need to go back and plug that in and find out what we think that is. It's going to be an ABS ring, I think. Most of you seem to think it's going to be on the back wheel. We'll have to have a plug it in. See, oh, thanks for indicating. Have to plug it in and see what the score is with that. In terms of the drive, though, the gearbox is good, clutch is good, and this diesel engine's got plenty of punch with it, and it's really quiet. So get down to a bit more speed now. Steering straight, no knocks or bangs on the suspension at all, not that I've heard so far anyway. Engine's sitting lovely, feels smooth as you like, the engine. Yeah, I mean, I can't knock it at the moment. So I've stopped off and picked up some milk so Adrian can have a brew when we get back to the unit. Predictably, I went into a little shop that you get here in Devon that has a post office and a little store at the same time, and ended up with the person in front of me that is incapable of using any online services at all, and still goes there to buy a single stamp for a letter, to pay all of their bills, all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, a stop for milk ended up taking half an hour, so he's now got ahead of me. But anyway, back to the BMW, instead of my old man moaning. It's a really nice drive. I'm really impressed. It's a really nice drive. So just to recap, I don't think they've told the story of where these came from. So this and the BMW Touring were both part exchanged by the customer with Nick for a brand new electric Kia. Both of them, with the whole typical COVID thing, they're not getting out and about as much as they were before. They only need one car now. They wanted to get away from diesel and petrol because of the costs of it. They seem to have looked after both the cars. There's recent invoices on both cars. One of the subscribers has messaged me, I've forgotten your name now, I'll dig it out on my phone a bit later, that works for BMW, and pulled the history and tells me that the Touring has been in and had a check done about a year ago on the timing chain at Ocean BMW, the local BMW dealership. So he tells me that that's been checked and it came out as okay. So yeah, so I think there is a genuine reason for why these cars were part exchanged in. You bring two cars in for one, you may have one that's got a problem, but the likelihood that both have got a problem at exactly the same time, I don't know. In fact, the more I'm driving it, the more tempted I am to get the ABS sensor thing fixed and retail it, which could be commercial suicide, as we know on BMWs. So back safe and safe in the 1 Series. Looking it over, alloys in good nick. Paint seems in good nick. There's a chip there. That alloy's in good nick, not curved. Bumper seems a little low there. Got some micro blistering in the paint here. That alloy's good as well, not curbed. No micro blistering here, so it's obviously had some paint over that side. This is all good down here. It's all in good nick actually. Alloy's in good nick. Tyre's got loads of tread on it. This tyre's got a good amount. It's got plenty of life left in it yet. Yeah, that micro blistering there's pretty bad. This tyre's got a good amount of tread in it. Small ding there. Plenty of tread on that tyre. Corner of the bumpers are good. Exhaust seems to be sticking out a bit. When overall, it looks pretty tidy. How far does that micro blistering go? Doesn't go into that door. Oh yeah, just into the edge of this door here and across there. So someone's painted here and here, got water in the line and got some micro blistering by the looks of it. But to be honest, a car this age, it's perfectly acceptable. Inside, it's not the cleanest. Could do with a really good clean, but actually the bolsters, a little bit of crack in there. But the bolsters are good other than that. Yeah, rear seats, it all just needs a good clean by the looks of it. Gear knob's not too worn for the age really. I say there's a bit of this stuff coming off on the steering wheel. And this funny sort of discoloration of the vents. But other than that, it's quite nice in here. It's got all the proper fitted mats. So we've got electric windows, electric mirrors, Bluetooth, aircon, 6-speed manual. Have a look in the boot. All seems in good nick here. Yeah, I think that'll tidy up all right, that. Don't think it's really in bad nick. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with that exhaust, why it's sticking out quite so much like that. But yeah, it's a tidy little car for the age and drove really well. I found a bill in it for just under £700 for last year, I think it was. Oil filter, air filter, cabin filter, engine flush, diesel additive, yeah, a load of stuff done to it. Oh, suspension, which is probably why I said it rode really well, isn't it? It had suspension done on it as well, so I don't think it was being run on a budget at all. We'll have a look at the rest of the history in a bit. Just looking, history on this 1 Series is really good. We've got stamps in here for 2011 the 2nd, 2011 the 6th, 2012 the 6th, 2012 the 12th, 2013 the 6th. I don't know if that's going to be 2013 or 14 and not put the date. 2015, 2017, 2019, and then 2020 we've got £869 spent on it for front suspension and full service as well. So we've got a couple of services missing from it being a full service history, but that's a really good history for a car of that age. Really good. Well guys, I've thrown a bucket over the 318 Touring, and I have to say, the more and more I cleaned it, the more I realised how tidy this thing is. The paintwork is really good. I've been going around looking for dings and dents and scratches, and there really isn't anything. There really isn't. There's one ding, I think, on a door on the other side, on the very edge of it. But look at the shine off this thing. I've put no wax on it or anything. This is just literally washed off. I think it's on this door over here, front edge, yeah. Just on the edge there, someone's touched in a little ding there. But other than that, the alloys are in really good nick. There's only very minor curbing on it. So, yeah, time to hit the interior. I went to go to the boot and thought, well, I'll have a job cleaning the boot out. I'm sure it's going to be full of dog hair. Look at this. It's all cleaned and hoovered out. It's in really nice condition. I haven't got a lot to do here, but I am going to wet clean the seats because there is signs a little bit dirt in the base of the seat. So we're going to give them a wet clean. I don't know I need to do the top halves. They're in really good nick. So I think I just need to wet clean the bases. So we'll get the little hoover on that. But even the floors are in, you know, we've got proper rubber mats in. There isn't a lot of dirt to be hoovering up on the floors either. So I've wet cleaned the seats, and even in a car this clean, look how much dirt comes out the seats. I keep going until it runs clear. But you got all that out of those seats. So like I say, although they weren't in bad condition, it's still amazing how much you can get out of them. But they look mint now. Just got to go and do the interior plastics now. Then we'll give the exterior a polish, clean the glass, stick the tyre shine on it, and then it can go outside for a photo shoot. So we're out doing our road test on the BMW. Now it's all clean, tidy, photographed, videoed, ready for a photo shoot. Just want to do a road test on it. I've taken it home last night, driving it back in this morning. Absolutely bang on, guys. Absolutely bang on. Not driven one of these before. I had a company car, BMW 520, the same sort of age, back in the day. And I wasn't particularly impressed with that. I'd come out of a Lexus LS 430 and into a BMW 520D, and there was no comparison. I didn't enjoy it that much at all. So yeah, first time driving a 3 Series. I can't remember having driven a 3 Series before. Definitely a petrol 3 Series with this one. This is a 2 litre, isn't it? 2 litre this. Have to say, very impressed. Very impressed. It is super smooth. Really is smooth. Having driven the Jaguar yesterday, which I thought was smooth, this is really as smooth, to be honest. And the power plant has got loads of torque. It almost pulls like a diesel, this one. It really does. You've got your 6-speed gearbox. You can get up into 6 quite quickly. At the moment we're in 5th, 2,000 revs. 50 miles per hour. It's just really nice to drive. Through the corners, it turns in nice and tightly, no knocks and bangs from the suspension. No real body roll. I don't feel the urge to have to throw it around, but I can feel it's got a good chassis underneath it. Gearbox is nice. Brakes well. Really nice driving car. What's a shame with this one? The only thing that's a shame with this one, like I say, it's come out immaculate, it drives brilliant, is the service history. All I can find is the service history with BMW up to about 2015, Then I've got, oh, it just told me I'm low on fuel. And then thanks to the subscriber that let me know that they found a report at BMW in 2019, the timing chain was checked under recall. So, and that was all okay. That's all I can find. Now the 1 Series, which was the same customer who part exchanged both, had a fully stamped up full service history. So I have no doubt in my mind that somewhere there is a service book for this all stamped up, because there is no service book in all amongst the other paperwork. There's the owner's folder with all the books and that, but there is no service book in there. So for them to have the 1 Series that they've been servicing all the time and it's stamped all the books and the service books there, for this not to have is strange. Unfortunately, both cars move out of the BMW network after like 2015, so it's been serviced by independents after then, so I can't get the rest of the report from BMW. Like I say, the only thing we've got after that is 2019, the timing chain being checked. Now I don't know if BMW insist on there being a service history before they'll do the recalls, or whether the recalls are done either way. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it seems a real shame, because I'm convinced somewhere in that customer's drawer there is a book all fully stamped up with services for this car. But you're not allowed to contact previous customers. You're not supposed to do that. It wasn't my customer. I didn't do the part exchange with them at the main dealers. I'm not supposed to be chasing them up, because that could damage the relationship with the main dealer. So I did find one further receipt for this from an independent a year ago, less than a year ago, for a front suspension and front brake pipes, front flexis. So I have messaged them. I rang them, sorry, yesterday, spoke to a lady, and she said she'd try and see if they had any more history there, and she'd email it over to me. Whether she will or not, I don't know. You know, depends. They've got their own businesses to run, haven't they? So yeah, that's the only thing that's a shame. You see, it's really quiet. It's really smooth. It drives great. Really drives great. It's a fantastic car. Well pleased with this one. So when I get in today, the video will be put out along with the listing and the pictures. They'll go on Motors, eBay, sorry, not eBay, Motors, Facebook. Geez, I'm on the side of the road, mate. Yeah, it'll go on Motors, Car Guru, Facebook, possibly Auto Trader for car this value. I think it's going to go up for 4,995, which I think is about 300 quid below Auto Trader. So 4,995, and we'll see how fast it sells. It'll be my first experience of selling a BMW. Yeah, see how we get on.